Hello there, everyone. This morning we had a lot of problems with mass transit here in Queens. I'm going to get to that later on, but I quickly want to start off with what happened on the Long Island Railroad this morning. We had two issues, one minor in City Terminal, but one major issue on the Ronkokoma branch this morning. So pretty much, what happened was there was an unauthorized vehicle that was on the tracks at Bethpage, later confirmed by the Long Island Railroad's Twitter feed. So I'll quickly read to you this article from Newsday. The branch was temporarily suspended, the Ronkokoma branch, in both directions between Hicksville and Ronkokoma earlier this morning. The good news is I can happily report that within the last hour, I'll show you what time it is if I can show it. Yeah, 10:15 right now. I can confirm that the MTA was granted clearance to grant trains to be back at normal speeds. But pretty much, yeah, this is what the railroad tweeted. They sent this on the Twitter feed as well. I'll show you the tweet later on, but there was an unauthorized vehicle at the Bethpage train station. And I'm not going to go into specifics. And of course, they advised customers to use other branches, including the Bibland branch, Huntington, Port Jefferson, or Montauk branches, because once again, and you know why this happened, it's because the main line is not elevated. So that's why. So the railroad first started to tweet this information out at 4:47 this morning. And then 2 minutes before 5 o'clock this morning, the railroad tweeted out that all service was suspended between Hicksville and Ronkokoma due to the unauthorized vehicle at the Bethpage train station. And at 5:20, they were quickly able to restore service. There were average delays of first about 30 minutes, then it became 15, and then after 8 o'clock this morning, I can confirm that it was 5 to 10 minute delays. And we'll try to get here. I wanted to show you this bad spelling. I know I had the tweet. If I don't have it, yeah, I thought I had. Yeah, here it is. I'll zoom in. Epic fail, folks. This is not how currently is spelled. I quickly wanted to show you that. It's just another epic typo brought to you by the wonderful communication people at the Long Island Railroad. That's another fail. And I don't have my regular computer with me. I'm out in Auburndale right now. I'm not supposed to clock in until 11, so I figured I would quickly do a video for you all. But before we get to the subway issues this morning, this was sent out at 9:25 this morning. Crews have repaired the stanchion at Stewart Avenue that was damaged by the unauthorized vehicle earlier this morning in Bethpage. Trains were no longer operating with the restriction, and no more related delays were anticipated. So that's very good news. But again, a lot of people got screwed this morning for the people who, again, are on disability and want to take those early morning trains. So that way, with that stupid restriction between 6 and 10 a.m., where the disabled people like me, like John, and like Matt, who want to use the LIRR, have to wait until 10 a.m. to get the discount. So if we were on the Ronkokoma branch this morning, we really getting screwed. That's what Matt would have said. But now let's go quickly to what happened on the Queens subways this morning. And of course, I have to bring up Brooklyn with the G line. The G had two problems this morning. I thought I had the picture earlier. Oh, here we go. Before I get to the subway. Right, we had a problem in City Terminal this morning. 6:18 train from Port Jefferson due to Long Island City at 8:07 was delayed at Jamaica due to equipment trouble. 6:57 train from Port Jefferson due to Hunters Point at 8:43 was extended to Long Island City. So that's good news that they did that. That they were able to extend that train to Long Island City so that way people could get out to Long Island City, because you do have the other people like Matt Camper who work in Long Island City along with his dad. So that's good news on that end. Now we'll get to the Queens subway issue. So earlier this morning, another day, another problem on the 7 line. So here's what happened. We had delays following an earlier signal problem at Queensboro Plaza, which pretty much ruined express subway service on the 7 this morning. We had problems on the N, Q, R, and W lines this morning. Particularly, again, the main focus is the N, R, and W lines here in Queens. So we had signal problems earlier this morning on the Manhattan Bridge. And they tweeted, "You may experience delays in R and W service after we remove the train with mechanical problems from service at Canal Street." So I'm sure all those people in Astoria and Long Island City were screwed this morning. Not just with the 7, but also keep in mind the N and the W this morning. Another problem we had was on the Queens Boulevard IRT this morning. Jamaica-bound E and F trains resumed, making local stops between Forest Hills, 71st Avenue, and Kew Gardens Union Turnpike after EMS helped somebody who needed medical assistance at 75th Avenue. So pretty much F trains were running express from 71st Avenue and Forest Hills to Kew Gardens Union Turnpike because of this. The other issue was on the G line, along with the F. There was a signal problem at Bergen Street. They were making people consider taking the B, Q, 2, or 5 lines, or taking the B35, B38, B67, and B69 bus, if it's an option. And another problem on the G, and this is the last one. Quickly want to mention this. Oh, right. F trains had to run the D from West 4th Street, Washington Square to Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue. A quick mention of that. But we had a big problem on the G this morning as well. G service was suspended between Bedford Nostrand Avenue and Church Avenue in both directions. You can't make this stuff up. You know, the G always... It's not just the 7, it's the G as well. You never can win with the G line. And how ironic, the wind's actually picking up right when I'm about to end this recording. I got a miracle with the wind this morning. Because, yeah, I'm recording on Northern Boulevard right now, and there's a truck that just passed me. So you're just seeing my screen right now. So with that being all said, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching. I have another video I pre-recorded back in Fresh Meadows. I'm going to upload that later on when I get back to my studio, and I'll, of course, produce it and then upload it, because it's a very important topic I wanted to discuss last week, but I figured today would be appropriate to bring it up since I really didn't have any content planned, and I didn't expect all these problems, but again, with the MTA, you never can win. So until the next one, please take care.